This is a tour of the auction property that we just bought. The house is not livable right now, so we are currently living in our RV, which we've been living in for the past 4 years. Thankfully, the well and the septic were in good shape on the house, so we're able to connect to that. And then we just hooked up our electric. As you can see, the house is in pretty rough shape. The actual house, original house, was built in 1924, and then it had several additions added on, we think in the 80s or 90s. The one on the right is an addition, the left is an addition, and then there's one more addition in the back. Fortunately, the original 1924 farmhouse is in pretty good shape, has a solid foundation. We had someone come out and look at it for us. But the additions, on the other hand, are built really poorly. They're not structurally sound. As you can see, as we get a little closer, the original foundation is to your right, and the newer foundation is on the left. It was just stacked cinder blocks. There's nothing in between. Here's the front porch, which that's all going to have to come off. There's a few tree stumps that we need to remove. They're really close to the house. And then all of this cinder block will come out, and we'll have to rebuild the front porch. This is the side or the back side of the house. That right straight ahead is also an addition that will be coming out, and then up to the top you can see where they had another addition built on the back. And both of these additions were literally just built right on top of an existing deck, so definitely not strong enough to hold a 1-story, let alone a 2-story. This is part of the original house right here. We'll keep that. That's the other back side of the addition. We're gonna go inside the house. This is an addition. Like we said, we think it's from around the 80s, out of maybe the 80s, 90s. There's a little bit of mold and water damage in the ceiling. But this whole section will be coming off. This is another considered addition. This part will also be coming off. As you can see, there's a lot of mold and water damage in the ceiling, just because, like I said, these additions were not built correctly. It's just snake skin over there to the right, lots of critters. There used to be a bathroom in here, but this whole part of the house is going to be coming off, and we'll probably put like a deck, a wraparound porch or deck over here. This is not the main staircase anyway, it was just added on. So now we're walking into the original 1924 house. As you can see, it's in much better shape even than those additions, even though it's a lot older. The floors are in pretty decent shape. They really just need to be cleaned really well. The walls, the ceilings, the trim, everything is actually looks really nice in here. Even the window looks good. Again, this is the original house coming into the main foyer area. We've got the staircase, which I think is beautiful and just in wonderful shape. And I was really surprised that it was never painted over. I think it looks great. Again, all that wood just needs to be cleaned really well. This is the front door. Pretty view on the front porch, even though we can't go out on the front porch yet. And here we have what it would have been like a living room, which was eventually turned into probably a bedroom because they added a bathroom in this addition. And this was the addition on the house that had the cinder block foundation. It's really bad. I can't really even walk in here because the floors are sagging so bad. There's a lot of water damage, mold, and so yeah, that whole part is bad. This is the other side of that room. This would have actually been the original kitchen. So they actually tore out this kitchen. Well, they didn't finish tearing it out, and then they built a new kitchen, the room we first walked into, and never really did anything with this room, so not really sure why. Going upstairs to the second level, really love the staircase. It's in really good shape. A lot of the trim is in good shape up here. All of the doors are in great condition. Again, have never been painted. This is probably the worst room because of the amount of mold in here. We also found termites in the floor, live termites. That's why that floor is ripped up, but we already got those treated for. This is one of the original bedrooms. And then through that door, there's another room. So it's like a room within a room. But that was part of the addition that's going to be coming off. Here's another original bedroom. And again, that through that door is an addition. So a room within a room. So here's part of that addition. Again, there's water damage in the ceiling, mold. All this is coming off. Going to the third original bedroom upstairs. This is the last room up here. It's another room going through a room. And this is another part of the addition that's going to be coming off. The main reason these additions are coming off is because they have poor foundations, and there's plenty of square footage in the original farmhouse for us already as it is. So I know that sounds like a lot that has to come off of our house. So the house total is about 2,900 square feet right now, and we're going to be taking off over half of that. Our first step is to really just get all those additions off, and we're actually okay with that when we heard that that was what we needed to do, mainly because that is where the majority of our problems are. All of the additions had water damage, black mold, anything, honestly, termites, all of that was in those considered new additions, which they're not that new, I guess. They're from the 70s, 80s, we think. So we're actually kind of relieved that once we get all of that off the house, it'll just be that much less to have to redo in the long haul of things, but it's still going to be a lot of work. That's just why we really haven't started doing a lot to the house, is because we have to get that off first. So we're just going to start prepping for that, getting windows, doors, all that blocked off. We have to get all new electrical anyway, so that's all going to be coming out. And yeah, and then after that we'll go from there, and I'll share the next steps.